Welcome once again to my review of Ready to Love. Well, the season seems to be heating up, and of course, one person was sent home this week, which I think deservedly so, and we will get into it a little bit later on. But the episode began with Tommy telling the men and the women to enjoy the mixer and to get to know one another. And Tommy is kind of funny, I never really mentioned it before, but I really like him as a comedian. He's funny. When he was leaving, he said, "Act like Obama left the building." I'm definitely going to be using that one sometime soon when I'm doing a presentation. Anyways, Tyrone, I had to comment, and I'm sorry I didn't show the clip of this lady right here talking to Tyrone in the mixer. And the very first thing that came to my mind was that, hey, Tyrone was not into you, girl, right? Tyrone said he had a good seat in the room. And from what he said, I interpreted that what he was saying, he was just talking aloud, not really talking to her, in saying that he was able to see everyone and he probably was eyeing someone in the room. However, she pushed herself into the conversation, right, by saying that, yeah, she saw him and whatever, and Tyrone, decided to continue the conversation with her to say that he saw her too. But you are the one, Kerry, I think her name is, who actually put yourself in Tyrone's view. The guy definitely was not eyeing her. And I really did not like Kerry's attitude. She seemed to be a person who is very condescending. If you noticed when she was speaking to, um, what's his name, Carrington, it did not seem like a genuine conversation between the two. She instead was saying that he was very interviewish and whatever. And at the end of the episode, you'll see where Carrington actually mentions that some women can't carry a conversation. And I think he was really referring to her, that she was not someone who was interesting to him, right? But of course, the ladies, they have the upper hand for this week, and so Carrington was sent home. But I strongly believe, and we will see by next week, what is going to happen to Kerry, because I think this girl right here, she's the least interesting of them all, according to Kim Kardashian. To quote her, she's the least interesting to watch as far as I'm seeing so far. And most of the persons who I did highlight last week, you can go back and watch my video. Most of the persons who I highlighted are the ones who are being shown on screen more, are the ones who seem to be the ones carrying the episode. Now, Tyrone, let's get into him a little bit, right? So for me, Tyrone is an interesting person to watch. However, Tyrone has stated that he has post traumatic stress disorder from being a soldier. He was at war. He went on to tour of duties, according to him. And as a woman, I would not encourage any of my friends to take up a man who clearly is telling you that he has issues. If he has some type of baggage, like they love to use the term on females to say that you are damaged goods or that you have baggage, they are not going to take up you and your baggage there. So, as a female, you should not be wanting to select men who are your projects. Don't take on men because you say, "Oh, I can help him to get better." You are just going to be the intermediate woman. If he, in fact, changes, he's going to change, but he's not going to stay with you because he doesn't want to be reminded of where he's coming from. So, you must have that discernment to know that, hey, this is not going to be in my favor. So, therefore, I'm going to leave this one alone. Aside from that, though, Tyrone seemed to be a nice person, and his date with Zadia went off very well. And I think he had a date. Who else did Tyrone had a date with? I'm not sure. I think he did definitely like Zadia though. but he seems to be into Zadia and Aisha. I think those are the two ladies that he really likes. All right. But Kerry, she is getting ahead of herself when it comes to Tyrone, and she needs to really step back and allow the men to actually come to her. All right. Now, the date between Courtney, Cornelius, Camille, and Walter, that was an interesting date. And I enjoyed the conversation that they were having, right? But when Courtney said that women don't like their hair to be touched, and then she turned around and started touching up on Cornelius, especially on his leg, I thought that was rude. And for the date that they were having, that was out of order. I don't think that being on a date, a double date at that, for the first time with someone, that you should be that touchy feely. If the roles were actually reversed and it was Cornelius that was doing that to Courtney, I'm sure people would be raising a lot of red flags to say that maybe this man is a rapist. But I saw Courtney's actions in the same way that she was a bit too aggressive in doing that. It was not funny, and although Cornelius did not say anything about it, he said, "Yeah, you can go on, you can touch." I thought that he probably felt uncomfortable. And again, even Cornelius, I am wondering, Cornelius to me, he seems sweet, he's God fearing, as the lady said. But Cornelius, me no know, something about him strikes me as him being gay. I don't know if you get that feeling, but let me know down in the comments what you think. I think Cornelius is a little bit gay for my liking. Not to say that anything is wrong with that, because I do support gays as well, but I think that that is where he is. All right. Now, Corey's date with Newman, I think was the most genuine out of all of this episode. Um, Corey is someone who does not have a good command of language, and he himself said that his love language is that of touching. So he's not able to express himself, and I think that when he becomes emotional, he gets tongue tied, and so he says a lot of stupid things because he wants to, kind of let the air be a little bit less tense, because he himself, is feeling a little tense, especially down there. But anyways, that is what I think is happening with Corey, because he is attracted to the person. He's unable to get the words out. And of such, because of that, he then turns to, saying some really corny, stupid stuff. But his date with Moomin was nice. He took her to the park and he said he enjoyed nature, so he wanted to, both enjoy nature and women, which I thought was touching. And Moomin said that her perception of Corey had already changed because of the fact that Corey helped her change her tires. And I was like, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that Corey was going to be in the episodes going forward and that he was not going to leave. I don't think Corey is going to even leave for now. Probably when as the episodes progress, I think once the persons get to know Corey more, I think more of them are going to like her. And you see, where at the end of the episode, Tisa is saying that she was pleasantly surprised by Corey's behavior because she was expecting something different. But when Corey came there and, she felt relaxed in his presence. And when the date was over between Corey and Moomin, and they were there, giggling on the tree and whatnot, and then Corey said to her that he felt like kissing her, but he was not going to. I thought that was a very smart move on his part, where he said that he will be the last first kiss that she has. And that is telling you that Courtney, Corey actually likes Moomin. And I think that was a very good move. It says that he is, although he cannot control his mouth, he's able to control his feelings, or he has control of his own body. You know, some men, and even Corey too, when he was with Tisha, it was a different vibe. He wanted to touch on Tisha. Kept asking about with your permission, with your permission. No one know what that mean to Corey. Why you keep on saying about with your permission? What is all that about? Right? I guess we will learn sooner than later what that is about. Maybe that has something to do with your past, why you keep saying that. Anyways, but the question about how important is sex to you in a marriage? Um, and Walter was the first to answer. That was not shocking. But then Courtney says she has to have it before she has sex, right? Whereas Camille is kind of off put by Courtney's response. And I think Cornelius too was off put by it. He probably is looking at Courtney side eye because he himself does not want to have sex before marriage, right? For Cornelius, I find that to be very surprising that a man would have that type of principle. Not to say that he is the first, because last season, I don't remember the guy's name, he was saying that he wanted to wait as well. The the one who ended up with Amber. But they have the right to do that. It's your body, whether you want to try before or not. But my personal feeling is, as Courtney said, there's no sense in you waiting until marriage to have sex, only to learn that after getting married, you and this person is not sexually compatible. But I think where the crossroads should be is that yes, I'm going to try it out, but it is not something that I'm going to continually do with a person if I am not interested in marrying that person. Yeah, I might have it once or twice, the spirit is weak, but the heart is strong. So you go and probably succumb to it every now and then. But you must let your partner understand that, listen, I don't believe in playing house, and I do look forward and want marriage. So if it is that you like what you see, you like how you feel, and you want to be with me, then the next step is for you to propose, because we ain't doing this. All right? That's what women should do. Um but Walter, no, he was saying that, hey, I am not going to do without sex any at all. And even if you're on your period, I am going to want it. No, that was disgusting to me. Me now I get no further than this. But that did not, you know, I did not feel any way nice about that. Yes, everybody has their own opinions, and Walter has his, and I have mine. And I don't think men should do that. Even the Bible talks about it, that when a woman is on her period, you must give her time to be away from you. All right? The woman's body must be able to, come back to where it is. Give the lady a little bit of time. So you mean to tell me, say, if the lady did have her child, she just come out of the hospital, you feel say you must still go jump down in there? Come on, Walter. Although me like you still, Walter. Me like you. No, Moomin, however, she was really feeling Corey. She liked Corey. And you can see where their relationship is going to probably develop later on down. Now, when Carrington had a date with Aisha, and probably if Aisha was at the last meeting where they decided who should go, I think probably she would have, spoken for Carrington a little bit more, even though she said she also saw some amount of red flags with Carrington, because she did ask Carrington, have you ever cheated before? And Carrington's answer was no. That type of question is kind of a trick question, because if you say yes, you have cheated, then a person still is going to judge you. And he said no, and yet he was still judged. So I think as women, we should know what we really want. Don't go looking for things that you don't want the answers for. Don't ask questions and then turn around and judge the person based on the answer that they give you. The person can only answer in their voice, right? You can only do what is best for you, right? So, if a person has cheated or not cheated, I wouldn't be asking the question, have you cheated? I would say to the person, well, cheating is a deal breaker for me. Give the person the chance to prove you right or you wrong, right? Or you decipher or discern for yourself, is this person a possible cheater? Me not go ask you. Your actions will tell me exactly who you are. Anyways, I thought Carrington answered the question correctly. He said, I am not a cheater. However, I have never been in a relationship. I thought that was quite straightforward and honest, right? The guy, even I think in previous episode he said that he was with a married person. I'm not sure, but I think he did say that. So he was being 100% honest. He said he was never in a relationship. And again, that is something that women fail to understand, that not everybody that comes up to you, not everybody who you sleep with is looking at you the same way how you are looking at them. So here it is now. This is a lesson that although you might be with someone, that person might not necessarily see it as being a serious relationship. And if he didn't see it as a serious relationship, then he's correct. He didn't cheat. He is just dating, right? My follow up to that would be, why have you not been in a serious relationship up until now? That's the follow up question that I expected Aisha to ask. But instead, she seems to want to put her past actions onto the guy, right? If she is telling us that she has been with someone from 19 to 31, and then she had to go to therapy after because it probably placed too much on the guy. It probably, Aisha, you feel that the guy should have been faithful to you from he was 19 or 20 years old or whatever year old he was back then until up until now, and he should not have been with anybody else. And because he hurt you in that way, you now believe that this is something that you don't expect any other guy to do to you and that they won't. So when you went to the therapy, you need to go back go get the money that you give to the therapist, because not because you got therapy and not because you ask the person if they might cheat mean that them not going to cheat on you again. All right. So the thing for you to learn from whatever took place is that things do happen. And so you can't expect that people are 100% perfect. When they happen, you're going to have to deal with it. So I don't know why you still are telling guys say you went and did the work and now you are ready for love. I don't think you're ready for love, Aisha. You're still ready for the therapist. Okay? You're still ready for the therapist. But Aisha is a good person, anyways. I also like Aisha. She's one of the ones that I will be watching. Now, I strongly believe that Zadia likes Naeem. I see that. Zadia is flirting with Naeem, and Naeem is receiving the flirting because he said, we're flirting on this date, right? But that's set up again between him, Tisia, Zadia, and I think Shiloh and Dante. That date was also a very nice. The episode overall was good, right? Who I had an issue with for this episode was Camille. Camille seemed to be very kooky. Cornelius and Cornelius and Camille seem to be more similar in terms of their background. Both of them are Christian, and their perception of things um seem to be off. It kind of like Alexis vibe. They're giving me Alexis and them would fit comfortably in a room. All right, Alexis from last season. Sabrina, I did not like in this episode how she was relating to Corey. I mean, you can feel that the person is not carrying the conversation or the person is rushing the conversation, but it didn't have to be rude to him or try to put him down to say he is not on your level. So that is a red flag from Sabrina for me. All right. Dante, I've said in the previous episode that he seems to be one of the nice guys. Right. But for this week, it was all good. Yeah, that was the episode basically. At the end, when Carrington was being eliminated, the most disrespectful thing I heard come out of his, and I don't remember the other guy's name from last episode, but when he said a lot of the women can't carry a conversation. Ooh, that was a slap in the face to Camille because Camille herself was not carrying the conversation. Oh my God. Right? But we wait to see what is going to happen for next week. Join me again, guys, as I will be reviewing the season. Thanks for listening and watching, and I hope you subscribe and comment or like this video. Thank you. Bye.